me first, and maybe there's a better opportunity, something that will benefit everybody, including them out there. So before they do this desperate thing and try to trigger this final war, I tell them it's not going to work. People aren't going to fall into their little trap.
One of the saddest things is to watch these Christian Zionists just follow this lead right into oblivion, and they'll be the last to figure it out. Here's a story in the New York Times today, Ben. Bomb by bomb, Japan sheds military restraints. Japan is blurring the line between defensive and offensive military power in spite of its pacifist constitution, rattling nerves in Northeast Asia. True or untrue?
Well, they've been trying to get the Japanese people into a military mode, but they still have an article in the Constitution that forbids them from using the military as an offensive instrument. And public opinion is still 70% against this, but they are trying to get the Japanese Army to work as a subdivision of the U.S. Army, and that's not going to happen. They think it's going to happen, but it's not. But yes, the Japanese military is huge. It's vast. It's maybe one or two or three in the world.
I've heard that, and it's rather a surprise to most Americans. I didn't know it was that large.
Yeah, well, the Germans did that before World War II, too, right? They had lots of officers and lots of weapons and very few troops, so they could, and then it's just a matter of dragging a bunch of men in and giving them basic training. You got a giant army, and that's what the Japanese can do. So, but the Japanese don't want to be involved in war, and they're sick of these racist, elitist people who've been, ripping them off for so long. And
I would too.
Yeah. So things are going to change. We're looking at the fall of the Western Berlin Wall, and it's going to be a wonderful time for everybody. So hang in there. This is just before sunrise. This is my view. It's the darkest hour before sunrise, and everything will be good. And these people, hopefully, they won't carry out their crazy scheme. And
what is it about August, Ben? What is it about August that you may know? I don't expect you to tell me everything.
Well, I don't know anything too special except that the Congress is going into recession, and the people like Cheney have been going way overboard with their arrogance, and the people in Japan also are talking about something going on in August. And I think it's going to be whatever this secret project they've been working on for so long. They're going to. So if you see a space alien fleet invading, don't believe it until you see one with your own eyes. It'll probably be computer graphics and then some U.S. secret, military vessels that you'll be seeing, and not an alien invasion.
So you do think, and we talked briefly about this last time, you do think there's a potential that the E.T. Trump card might be the one that is about to be played?
Well, they're up to something big. I mean, there's a lot of activity in that base near Mount Fuji, and then there's lots of reports of funky flying vehicles. And I remember these people got their original inspiration from War of the Worlds in 1938. But, they weren't ready. They got caught before they were ready. They were planning this, I think, for 2012 or something. I don't think they were going to be able to pull it off. I know they're not. And it would be a horrible mistake for them to try to do this. It's not going to work.
Okay.
So we'll see. Things are going to, hopefully this summer will be the beginning of a new happy time for everybody on the planet. That's what I'm praying for and working for.
My feeling is 2008 is the pivotal year, not 2012. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, hopefully they will not be able to write the scenario anymore. The world is tired of them. Every war in the past century, a big war, has been caused by them.
Well, 17%, as you say, of the world's population, the Europeans have done it.
Yeah, and they're scared, but they shouldn't be. Yeah, I mean, the rest of the world is dumb or incompetent if they think.
We don't want to forget about what they're trying to do to Russia either, and Russia is fully aware of the fact that the Rothschild cannot be allowed to be back in control of Russia. And that right now is the big issue in Europe.
Yeah. They've lost Russia, they don't have China, Japan they've lost, India, they've got South America, Africa, the Muslim countries. Everybody on Earth is saying, we don't want you to do this anymore. So it's really game over. And I'm here to offer them a graceful and honorable transition to something that will benefit them too. I'm their best hope.
Ben, thanks very much. Thank you for the conversation again. I'll be standing by to find out what happens, so keep me posted if you would. Thank you.
Yeah, I will. Thank you again for inviting me on your show, sir. It's been a great honor.
Good night.
Right.
Benjamin Fulford, live from Tokyo. All right, we'll take a break, come right back in 21 hours tomorrow night. Another outstanding program for you. In the meantime, lots to think about. See you tomorrow.